Hi everyone, welcome back to Megarasa. I am Mega and it's great that you're watching a new episode. I've been a bit busy. I'm trying, of course, to do it once a week. I wanted to post a video, but I have just been so busy lately. Today, changes are coming because today I am going to make a delicious meal soup, namely Soto Ayam, Indonesian chicken soup. And it is just, yes, very delicious. What do you need? Of course, chicken. I have here 2 chicken thighs. This is about 500 grams. For the spice mix, I have ginger and turmeric. This is what it looks like. And when you peel it, it is orange. And then you have shallots, garlic and candle nuts. And also just a little oil for frying later. Furthermore, we have lemongrass and kaffir lime leaves, also known as kaffir lime. I have here a salam leaf, like big and small. So I thought I'll put it in. And pepper. I have white pepper here. Salt. I have vegetable broth here, but if you have chicken broth, that can work too. I don't have chicken broth at home, so I just use vegetable broth. And further on, to serve, we still need spring onions, celery, but I don't have any celery, so I use flat parsley. That can work too. Tomato, lime, bean sprouts. These are like those fries. Yeah. What do you say? Baked potatoes, actually. You can just buy these ready-made at the Appy. I think this is a Surinamese brand. I don't remember anymore, but you can. So just buy everything everywhere, but you can also make it yourself. Of course, it takes more time. So I just bought it ready-made. Much easier. And I have vermicelli here. Vermicelli is something you can find everywhere nowadays, of course. And this is the fried onions. Fried onions. I had to think for a moment. What is the Dutch word again? But anyway, we are now going to start with the chicken. I have 2 liters of water here. I'll turn it on. So, then we just simply and carefully put the chicken legs in. So, we'll just leave that as is. In the meantime, let's make the spice mix. What do we need? We need the garlic to make the dish perfect, and then the shallots for the recipe as the next ingredients. I'll just cut it a tiny bit smaller, just to make sure it fits perfectly. A bit more. To ensure a smoother and more effective mixture, it is crucial to properly incorporate the candle nuts, turmeric, and ginger. Start by finely chopping the candle nuts to release their natural oils, which aids in creating a smoother paste. Then, peel and grate the turmeric and ginger to enhance their flavors and ensure even distribution throughout the mixture. This careful preparation will lead to a more harmonious blend of ingredients, improving the overall taste and texture of the dish. As for the quantities, I will of course put them on my site. Megarasa.com, so you can just read back. A little water added. Put everything down. I can really feel the shallots. Quite strong. Just a tiny little bit of water. Once more, again, even just...
I am currently in the process of checking to ensure that everything is in good condition. However, I still notice that there are some coarse pieces remaining. It seems that just a little more effort is needed to refine these areas and achieve the desired smoothness.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree with what you are saying, and I think that your perspective is very insightful and well considered.
You can see that the color has changed now, of course due to the turmeric. It is a beautiful yellow. And now we are going to very gently saute the spice mix. In the meantime, let's wait for the pan to heat up. And yes, now we can proceed. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe and also to hit the bell, so that you know when I make something delicious again. And yes, if you like this video, gently press your thumb down with a firm yet gentle pressure. I have a small amount of cooking oil here, which is perfect for this task. Now, I'm carefully pouring it into the pan, ensuring it spreads evenly across the surface to prepare for cooking. And then we will very slowly and carefully prepare the spice mix. Don't forget to add the very important bay leaf, the lime leaf, and I have here the lemongrass, or the lemongrass. I cut it in half. This happens to be a small one. I usually make a knot, then it gets smaller. I can stir. That goes in there too. And we will saute this until the color becomes a bit darker, and that the aromas are released and it really smells delicious. Well, the spice mix definitely looks good. It is already a bit darker. It has changed color and is now a bit drier. In the meantime, I am looking at my chicken. You can see some foam on top. We need to remove it. Look, you see that the color, yes. What is it actually? That foam that... They are actually protein residues, and also those dark spots are usually blood. We need to remove the residues and any other impurities. Otherwise, your soup will become cloudy. So let's just remove that for a moment. Just for a little while longer, perhaps. And sometimes when it doesn't remove everything. And we influence the taste a bit. Then it becomes a little bitter.
So you need to remove it with a skimmer. And if you don't have one, you can also use a small one. Use a small strainer or something very much like that. And then we of course have the bumbu. So after you have removed the foam, you add the bumbu. Clean the pan, add a little more water because we want all. Use the bumbu. They all need to go into the pan. At this point in the recipe, I am going to introduce a key ingredient, which is white pepper. I carefully measure out half a teaspoon of this spice to ensure the perfect balance of flavor in the dish. And then I have a small amount of salt, 1 teaspoon. And then I also have the vegetable or chicken broth here. Powder, but if you have a block, that's fine too. Well, so to start with one, and then of course we will taste it later, because you need to keep tasting how it tastes. And stir for a moment. Okay, let's leave this for a moment. And now I'm going to boil some water, and then we will go. We will immerse the vermicelli in water, either boiling water or warm water, for a few minutes. Yes, indeed, he is currently occupied with other tasks and responsibilities, which means that I will proceed to take my fresh, crisp white cabbage. This particular cabbage is an essential ingredient in our recipe, and we will definitely make use of it in our cooking process. The cabbage will add a delightful crunch and a subtle flavor to the dish, enhancing the overall taste and texture. As we incorporate this vegetable, it will blend harmoniously with the other ingredients, creating a balanced solution. So even though he is busy, we can still move forward with our culinary plans and make the most of the ingredients we have at hand. About, yes, 2 leaves are what I have here. Now, I am going to prepare a delicious and aromatic bowl of Soto Ayam, which is a traditional Indonesian chicken soup that is both flavorful and comforting. And then we remove the middle piece for a moment because that is, of course, too thick. That's not so tasty. And cut smaller again. And then you can cut this very thin into thin strips. See, cut thin strips. At this point in the cooking process, we have reached a crucial step where the water in the pot has come to a full rolling boil. This is an important milestone because it indicates that the water is at the optimal temperature for the next step. Now, we will proceed by carefully adding the vermicelli noodles into the boiling water. It is essential to ensure that the noodles are fully submerged in the water to allow them to soak properly. This soaking process is vital as it softens the vermicelli, making it tender and ready for the next stages of our recipe. We must be attentive during this step to achieve the desired texture and consistency of the noodles, which will contribute significantly to the overall success of the dish we are preparing. About until it is completely and thoroughly submerged. That's just enough. Just let it sit for approximately 1 to 2 minutes, and then it will become soft. In the meantime, I just checked the chicken. I wonder if it is already cooked. I don't think so yet. Just a little longer. Now the chicken is just cooked. And now we are going to take the chicken out. So the chicken legs done their job. Let's just cool down for a little while longer. And then, of course, we will taste it slowly and carefully. This dish is quite tasty, but I find myself wanting a bit more of that delicious broth. Perhaps just a little more, maybe a teaspoon or so, would really enhance the flavor and make it even more enjoyable. And half a spoon of salt. Let's take a moment to savor the flavors once more. As we taste it again, let's pay attention to the texture and aroma, appreciating the complexity and depth of the taste. It's important to allow ourselves to fully experience and enjoy every aspect of it with a fresh perspective and an open mind. Now it's tasty. The dish has a perfect balance of spices and flavors, making it incredibly satisfying and delightful to eat. We are going to make that delicious, succulent, and tender pulled chicken. The chicken is ready. It has been plucked and now we are going to... Oh, almost forgot. You can use the bones. By the way, just put it back into the delicious soup because then it will naturally give even more flavor and taste to the dish overall. And the next day is even better. And then we will serve it. My favorite part. Because after that I can... Food. By the way, I made rice here. Yes, it is of course a meal soup. So I thought this has to be really filling. So I made some delicious rice. And I always start with a delicious fluffy layer of rice. And here I have the vermicelli. It may be a bit sticky now, but that's not a problem at all. You can just easily tear it apart like that, without any issues, concerns, or difficulties whatsoever. And then I have a white cabbage. And we have sliced it thinly, of course. By the way, you can use the white cabbage. Blanching the white cabbage and the bean sprouts. But yes, I don't do that. I do like that crunch. I find it nice. Delicious. And moreover, the soup is of course piping hot, so it is automatically blanched. Just say it. And then we also have the bean sprouts here. That I forget to mention. There is always something in the bean sprouts. That, yes, that little sprout, so to speak, a bit brownish. And I usually remove that. I take it out. I just take it off like that. Look, I see another one here. And I've done all the rest, you know. I keep... Well, about the crunchiness of the bean sprouts, I actually don't mind it. It's just a bit harder, has a bit of bite. And of course the chicken. It is naturally called chicken soup. The fluffy chicken, known for its soft and delicate feathers, is a delightful creature. And of course, it should not be stingy with its warmth and charm. It is called, of course, the famous and comforting chicken soup. You know that ayam is the Indonesian word for chicken, right? And what else? The spring onions. Parsley or perhaps celery, such as... I have your boiled egg. Boiled egg, delicious and nutritious. Can you put both in or just one? This time I will go with just one. Sure. And then we have more deliciously crispy things. That is the golden brown fried potatoes. And now, as we move forward in our culinary journey, we are delighted to present the next course, the soup. This isn't just any soup, it's the classic and heartwarming chicken soup, known for its comforting and nourishing qualities. A perfect blend of flavors awaits you. Oh, this is really super delicious. I'm already drooling. Oh, and I'm spilling. It doesn't matter. Well, if you insist, I suppose I could indulge in just one more scoop of this delicious ice cream. It's so creamy and delightful that it's hard to resist having another serving, even though I probably shouldn't. We begin by taking a handful of fresh, ripe cherry tomatoes, which are carefully added to the mix just for the burst of freshness they bring to the dish. These little gems are not only super tasty, but also add a delightful pop of color. And of course we cannot forget the lime, which adds a zesty and invigorating flavor that ties everything together beautifully. And last but not least, the deliciously golden and crispy fried onions. Look, this looks really comfortable, warm, and inviting. This is my chicken soup. This is really my ultimate comfort food. Try it for sure. Super delicious. And yes, share it with your family, with your friends, with acquaintances, with everyone. Because everyone should just make it. It's super delicious. Do you like this video? Don't forget to like it. And I'm going to eat this quickly. See you next week.